And what happens when you throw digital media in the middle of all that? And now we're communicating with each other digitally with no nuance, with no facial expressions, with no tone of voice, and also not even in the same room. And then also sometimes you don't even know if they're people with these messages. So like what do you make of that? You talk about this incredible generation of whatever you want to call them, millennials, Gen X, all that stuff. And I agree, they've also grown up in this strange way of communicating, which is, it's kind of inhuman by definition.
Yeah. It's fun because I've got to, like with a big social media presence of, like millions of people across social media, like people will say mean things to me. Sometimes even like tough guy, violent things. And it's kind of comical because I'm like, I'm like, like an ogre murderous professional fighter, right? Like but you're acting like a tough guy to me right now. And then I'll see them in person, and they're like, ooh, hey, Mr. Kennedy. I'm like, oh no, we're way past that. Like you don't get to like backtrack into the words that you said. What you said was this. Now you need to say them to my face and my person, to me as a person, like you said, and see the pain and the hurt that those words will cause me. And also maybe deal with the repercussions of having to say that to my face, because I might just slap you. Like, you don't know. Like, welcome to human interaction. And
you've met these people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a few times. And that happens with my kids. So even my teenage daughters who like think that, from Twitter to TikTok to Instagram, their story modes, or like they're with me and I do a story and then we're at a place and somebody is like, hey, I saw you guys doing this. That I think sometimes there's this perceived barrier, this wall, as if they're two separate worlds, but it's the same world. Like it might be digitally separated, but those things will collide and they will have to reconcile in some way. Like road rage, I think is a really great example of what happens. Like somebody's driving down in their car, they cut somebody off and that person honks at them. They're like, oh yeah. And they flip them off, and then all of a sudden the car behind them comes up and like stops and they get out and they walk up and they're like, why did you flip me off? You cut me off and then you flipped me off. And the person inside the car, they're like rolling up the window. They're like, I'm not going to look at this window. There's nobody there. They think that there's like this separation, like this digital separation. But like, hey man, that time where you thought that you were isolated and being able to say whatever you wanted and do whatever you wanted to do without any consequence, that time has passed. Now you have to reconcile what you did with what this situation is now. And I think that is going to happen more and more and more. And that line of digital separation will erode as we realize that we are one people and we are all collectively connected. Like hashtag Antifa, burn it down or bring it down. Like you still have to go there to that place to do that thing in real life. And there might be somebody like me standing there being like, no, you don't get to burn this down. Like there's a process for that to happen. And I'm going to stand here because I know it's the right thing to do until you figure out what the proper way to do this is. Or you can try it the hard way. And I'm cool with the hard way.